What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome to Lexington, Kentucky. Last night, me and Skylar stayed in this hotel right here. And the sweet thing about this hotel is that this one actually has a basketball court. I love basketball. But right now we are driving back to Cleveland, Ohio from Atlanta. Lexington is about the halfway point, and if you didn't know, I grew up in Cleveland for my entire life for about 22 years, so it'll always have a place in my heart. And because of that, because all my family and all my friends there and will be there for like the rest of my life, I've always thought about, when am I gonna move back to Cleveland? When am I gonna go back there and settle down? Because when I do settle down, I think that's where I want to be. So today I'm gonna open up my heart, open up my mind, and share with you exactly what I'm thinking. Right now we're on the way back to Cleveland, so I will see you guys back there. Let's go. Let's go say what's up to my family. Hello. Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dave.
Mom next.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see you. Hi, Emily. You look pretty.
Thank you.
Where's your ugly date at? Always an amazing time coming back to see my family, and that's definitely the hardest part of moving away, is missing out on your family. You know, I got two little sisters who are growing up really fast. I got one in high school who's gonna graduate before I know it, and I got another one in college who's gonna graduate college before I know it. So definitely move away if possible. Go out, try something new, expand yourself, and you'll definitely mature a ton. But at the same time, do not forget to always come home and check back in with those who you love and those who helped raise you from the start. But when I first moved away, it was always a plan that it would be just temporary. I want to expand myself. I want to see the world, step out of my comfort zone, meet new people, and travel around while I'm still young and able to. And I'm so happy I've done that, because it's been an absolute blast. But I've always known in my mind that when it would come time for me to settle down and stay put, it would be right here in Cleveland. This area has a place in my heart. And I think whatever it is that you feel attached to, or anything that has made an impact on you, I think you'll always find a way to resort back to that. Atlanta definitely feels like my home. It took a long time to get to that feeling, but it definitely does now. When I say I'm going back to Atlanta, I just say, hey, I'm going home. But thinking long term of where I'm supposed to be when everything else is said and done, this place right here means the most to me. Emily, when should I move back to Cleveland?
Right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Are you happy I'm back?
Yeah.
You miss me when I'm gone?
Yeah.
But she's got off work. I'm proud of her for getting her first ever job at 15 years old. Right? Are you 15 or are you 14? 15 years old. I didn't get my first job till I was 17. I was working at Carrabba's Italian Grill, which is slightly better than Olive Garden, and I was also a soccer referee. So fun fact for you there.
I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. If I make this, you shouldn't ever subscribe to this channel. So subscribe.
Yeah, you gotta subscribe. Yep, facts.
If I make this 3, you know, youtube.com/JaredTheGoat.
Yeah, he does have a challenge, Jared the Goat.
Damn.
All right, one more try. Fresh in town from rural Indiana, middle of nowhere.
Yeah, Phoenix coming soon.
Facts.
Already got the time?
Ooh. You hear that, guys? Phoenix coming soon. So when am I gonna move back? Well, I personally think it is absolutely impossible to predict the future, because anything can change at any time. But I think I'm gonna finish out my current lease in Atlanta through next June, and then decide if I want to stay in Atlanta for a 3rd year or move somewhere else in the country for 1 year. After that year, at this point we'd be in June of 2024, I think that might be a good time to move back to Cleveland. At that point, my one sister will be a senior in high school, and my other sister will be a senior in college, and with those things come milestones that I want to be a part of. Plus, at that point, I'll have been away for 3 years since I left in June of 2021. I think 3 years is a pretty good time period to essentially do what I want, bounce around, have the time of my life, and get out of the way everything I want to do while I'm still at this point in my life. Another thing, if you've been watching my videos recently, you saw I just took on a side soccer coaching job, and I intend to do that on the side of my full-time work for the rest of my life. So if I move somewhere else, I'm gonna need to have a soccer coaching job lined up in that new city before I move there. So if I stay in Atlanta, I'll keep doing what I'm doing now. If I move to Oregon, I'll line up a soccer coaching job in Oregon before I go. When I come back to Cleveland, I got a bunch of connections to make that happen right here. So right now, I'm just thinking out loud and sharing with you what I envision moving forward. But don't get me wrong, it does stress me out and makes myself confused of what is best for me. So any input or any advice that you can give, I'd appreciate it.
I'm used to waiting. Are you? Would you be waiting there too?
It's nostalgic, man, just filming out here because right here, this setting is where I first started my YouTube channel and filmed all my first YouTube videos. There was no Atlanta, there was no rooftop pool, there was no sick views of the skyline, there was no fancy new apartment. So it just shows if you have a goal, all you gotta do is take the first step and start. So let me show you guys a second place where I used to film all my videos also. Huntington Beach, baby, right on the coast of Lake Erie in Bay Village, Ohio. Such a beautiful place to come and film and just hang out. I think this is a hot spot for all my buddies. Growing up, we always would come here. I used to like come here on dates and stuff, but it's always good to come back to this beautiful place. But take a look at the sky out there. We're about to get slammed with rain. This is the one thing I absolutely do not miss about Cleveland or anywhere in the Midwest. Is pretty similar. The inconsistency of the weather, especially when it comes to filming. When I'm in Atlanta, I can expect it to be sunny for the most part. Just wake up and film. But when I'm in Cleveland or anywhere in the area, I always have to check the weather app on my phone to make sure it's a good time to film, because if it's raining the entire day or throughout the week, I'm kind of screwed. Anyways, if you're not from Cleveland, you're probably thinking right now one of a couple things. Either, oh my God, David, Cleveland sucks. Or, oh my God, David, Atlanta is so much better. Don't you love the big city? Or, oh my God, David, don't you love the big city? Why would you go back to the boring suburbs? And I completely understand. I think the same exact thoughts have crossed my mind. But here's the thing. When I move back here, I'm gonna be near downtown. I love the city life. The drone shots are sick. Plus, I love the vibe. So I wouldn't be living in the suburbs with my parents. If you're familiar with Cleveland, my first apartment would probably be in downtown, the Flats, Ohio City, or Tremont area. Upscale, hip type places like Midtown Atlanta, full of young professionals and bars and clubs and sports teams, you know, the stuff I like. But being 20 minutes away from my family and friends instead of 12 hours like I am now will eventually mean the world to me again. Hold on, it's starting to rain. This is exactly what I'm talking about, so let me go keep talking in my car. So that nostalgic feel-good type feeling when I come back here is something that keeps me hooked. I hope that makes sense. If you're not from Cleveland, I know the city gets shit on a lot. I think we like to say at least we're not Detroit, but it really is a really sweet city downtown. Correct me if I'm wrong, fact check this. I think we're the smallest city in the country with all three major sports teams, basketball, football, baseball. So just spitballing to you guys, I think summer 2024 might be a good time, but of course anything can change. I could get an amazing head high school soccer coaching job here next summer and have to take it. What I'm doing now in Atlanta, I could fall in love with it even more and live in Atlanta for 5 more years. 2 years from now, I could be in Utah or something, climbing mountains. I don't know, but the cool thing is that life is a journey, life is a ride, and the cool thing about this ride is that you have no idea how anything is going to turn out.
Work hard, get told. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes, so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Fell 1,000 times and still I roll no limp though. But I wouldn't trade a
Alright, so in this video, I've been talking about how when I'm going to move back to Cleveland eventually and come home and settle down here. When do you think I should actually come back?
Whenever you're ready.
Well, what do you think is the best time for me? Now, in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? What do you think?
Another year.
Another year? Okay. Okay, cool. Let's see what Dad says. Mom said 1 more year, then I come back. What do you think? How long?
I think 2 to 3 years would be the right time
From now?
From now, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you got some things to do there first.
I do. I have a lot more things to get done first, but let's go ask Dawson. All right, Dawson, so this video I'm saying how eventually I'm going to move back to Cleveland. So my question for you is, when do you think, like realistically, is the most ideal time for me to come back and settle down here?
I mean, in my opinion, like obviously it's all to change and it's, you know, it's what you want to do, but I would say whenever you're getting to the point where things are very serious and you would want like more of a family type of setting, especially with your parents, and you know, if you want kids in the future and stuff like that, that would be ideal to come back. I think the time to see other places is like now when you're younger. It's a lot easier to see other parts of the country, the world, when you don't have a kid or two or whatever. So I would say at least for a year or two, or even a few more years, whatever you think it's ready to come back, and then I think you'll know when it's ready.
I completely agree. That is gonna be the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. If you haven't, shoot me a DM, say what's up. Always down to meet you guys and connect. But for now, please drop me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe if you haven't, because I drop a new video every single Monday that you don't want to miss. See you next Monday.